Welcome, Torts students. Injury is a leading contributor to death, disease and disability in Australia. Health researchers refer to this concept as the burden or impact of morbidity, which means illness and injury, and also mortality, which means death. The Australian Institute of Health and Welfare has ranked injuries as the 5th most burdensome group of diseases. But how are injuries relevant to the law of torts? Torts is concerned with wrongful conduct that may result in injury, loss or harm. In fact, the word torts is derived from the Latin tortus, which means twisted. So a tort may be described as conduct that is twisted or wrongful. Torts is also often described as the law of civil wrongs. An important purpose of torts is to compensate injured individuals who have suffered a wrong. The law of torts plays an important role in determining whether responsibility for a loss that befalls on one person should or should not be shifted to the other person. Some of the consequences of wrongful conduct, such as injuries or death, may be corrected in part through the payment of money, and these are known in law as damages. Damages may be awarded to the injured person to compensate her or him for the injury, harm, loss or invasion that was suffered. This course will not only examine the really fascinating law of torts, but we will also consider what the law ought to be by looking at theoretical approaches and alternative compensation systems such as in New Zealand. We will explore questions such as to what extent can money return the injured person to the position that she or he was in before the injury? What do injured people actually want? What do scholars mean when they observe that tort law is really an exercise in applied ethics? Should the person who caused the injury be responsible for the consequences? Should everyone in society be responsible for harms and injuries regardless of fault? And does torts create a blame culture? If so, what are the implications? This course builds on the examination of trespass to the person that you covered in introducing Law and Justice. In torts, we will introduce you to negligence, which is the dominant tort, also the torts of nuisance and breach of statutory duty. You will learn about the really fascinating interaction between the legislation and the common law. We will also introduce you to the perennial tort reform debates, particularly the 2002 Australian IBIT Committee report, which culminated in the introduction of the civil liability legislation which is in force today. In addition to attending the face-to-face classes, please ensure that you complete all the online activities on Moodle. We hope that you'll find them really fun. They are also compulsory. The tort teachers cannot wait to meet you. We're so looking forward to sharing our excitement and enthusiasm about this area of law with you. See you in class.